YouTube fans, this is Zuby Masters presenting a Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulation. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back to Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me if I'm wrong, it was his left ear without a doubt. So to summarize, we were told that both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Compliment, you see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not as hard as... Unfortunately, that's where you run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. Kudos really did see everything in it. Why is the HMD now on the wrong side of it? Order! Order! Mr. Wright is correct! The witness genuinely observed the victim's reflected image. We would expect the victim's eyepiece to be over his right. How bitter. Right, you should have a taste of this bitterness. He'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? If you don't understand the way the witness thinks, how he thinks. You remember this, I presume? I broke the vase? Sorry, apologies. More testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit other than broken sleep. The more of an impression something that makes more muddles his mind makes. What's the most striking thing about Mr. L? Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece. That's my point. The old man strikes again. It made a big impression on me. I saw the earpiece in those newfangled spectacles. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear his left ear? Well, try. That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. I really thought he was Miss Old C for a minute there. Godot's good. Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash and much too testimony. Bad luck. It looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you look at the plans of the Le Restaurant. Hello, is everyone sitting comfortably? The mirror is in the middle of the restaurant, divided into two halves. There's only one seat from and see an image of the victim. That is the seat, the table next to where the old man was sitting. After a terrible accident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. Problem with the explanation we just... I hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. You quite sure about that? Tira, good. If you please. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we've heard, Your Honor. A crime photo? This photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not. What do you mean by that? Sis, huh? Sounds like you're describing yourself, right? Wait, but clarify. Should not have been no base in this piece.
Take that!
One thing that was clearly demonstrated by the yesterday's test, who broke the face that was on the table where he was sitting, and yet court can see that there is an unbroken face on the table next to the victim. Because Kudos was not there. In fact, sitting at the table next to the
Objection!
victim. Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudos could have been, seeing the victim reflection. Exactly. There's only one conclusion we could draw from this comment. There was no mirror in the Tribulation. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Objection!
Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the bed. All the police were taking their time getting to the crime. Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to court in his own words. Did not touch anything else except the mirror. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? That's right. There was no mirror in the rest of it. In light of this went back to the original. It didn't change. One shot in life. The mirror wasn't there, Trite. And the problem is with the open. What do you mean? He told us was another man at the victim's hand. There was a sample CD on the victim's. It's all the it all flies in the face of it. And nothing in this case is added. Oh. This case is riddled with contradictions, yet there is one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo's witness and the ick were two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elk at all. It was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elk. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by a mistake. Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the court. Quiet, Grant. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Right. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Someone pretending to be Glenn Elkin and out the whole copy clip, all for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo.
Objection!
Real trite, why would anyone want to do that? The thing Mr. Kudos was most insist about in his testimony was the serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. It's hard to believe, but there's one and show Mr. Kudos this fake poison. Show Maggie Burns in the act of poisoning.
Objection!
Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was there. Well, the restaurant really you would have known about it, correct? Oh la la, this is the most difficult. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath after all. Was there, in fact, a phone? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. The defense request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain the details and events. Wait. The old man arrived. No other customer. As I won the lottery to begin. Time for no. Because I wanted this map to be cleared up. Punchman. Ooh. Heard you charge a bit too well. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Every week they announce the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Wait, that must be the show Mount India was listening to. See any problem with this testimony? I wonder. You say the victim arrived at the restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Wait, I'm sure of it. I remember it perfectly. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving a lunch menu. Get to the point, Wright. You have one. Show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. Be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30? Now, supposedly, the victim made that noise when he announced that he won. And yet, I don't believe this cry of joy could have been announced after 2 p.m. Because the show has already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point. No! The victim would have been told about it and would have done nothing but being awesome. To the radio with ruptured eardrum. Caption a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw. The victim was an imposter, acting out the minutes afterwards. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elks and Tribulation. The real Glen Elk, now dead, been poisoned by the real phony Glen Elk acting out the events for Mr. Cruz certain things that. I mean, that wasn't the case. How could you explain the time?
Objection!
Quite a performance trait. You almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundations of rhythm to build your song. What's with this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. So he was performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kura. Claims then where the real Glen Elk is. I don't believe I have this out to the court. However, at that time the real Glen Elk was already dead. That was certainly the obvious.
Objection!
Thank you, Wright. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. Now, I presume you can prove this theory. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? Missing corpse. All man's testimony, there was only one other customer. That customer was the phony Glen Elk. Where did the killer hide the body at the real thing? Appointment. Examination by the court. You must provide us with the proof. Yes, Here's Wright. Let's hear some facts. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body is. All around, back on me in a corner instead. I've been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulation. Interesting. But where could a body be hidden inside a restaurant? Yes, sir.
Take that!
It's hidden here. I see. The real question is, can you back it up? Mr. Wrong. Do you recognize this bottle? No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only have the best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where did that bottle come from, Mr. Wright? Interesting enough, Your Honor. It was found in the kitchen of Tribulation. Eh? Wait? But I only use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oils, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers things like that. Mr. Elk visited an orthodontal clinic and was given medication that day. You can't be serious! This has the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle match the prescription that was given to Mr. Hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell to the victim's hand. When the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu. Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job for getting to defend my client Maggie Burns. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind that poor girl's back. Order! This is extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Wright? Never. I could never do such an awful thing. Mr. Godot. Bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, Shinji. How about a brand new flavor in your ear might age differently? Man, Paul, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. Yo hablo español. Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No. Absolutely no. Listen here. Let's hear it. You got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness. The court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. And does my gap. I always say in movies, I got a bad feeling. Final testimony. True. Hit the body in the kitchen. The man forced me to do it. I had no choice to go along with it because there's a reason why I couldn't. I swear, you must believe me. Let's try a different question in. Was he really the only person? Yeah, it's another. Knew it. Was telling the truth. You may cross-examine the witness. Just one more thing I need to do. Gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. You have $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000? Is that true, Mr. Oui, this is the law. I am weak and I borrowed that money. This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. That's why he refused it. By this man.
Take that!
$500,000 one from a black moon shark. You have no way of paying it back, do you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you. Wait, it is as you say, Mr. Armstrong, that tiger. He told me it was going to use my restaurant for a business trip. day in question. He was meeting a victim on demand that repays loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I did what I was told to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and the innocent Maggie out of the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced him was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you. The poison in the lottery ticket were found in the defendant's apron. Was it your doing as well? No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It was despicable. Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre. Wait, I doubt that can be arranged today, so it would be adjourned. Proceeding will continue tomorrow. 30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. Albert, don't sit back and relax. Yeah, Wright. Notice the chef is really telling the truth. This trial will still go on either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Doc. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Finally going to see the tiger on the stand. We almost got this case won now, Nick. I wish I could agree. Huh? When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, said he's just doing what the tiger told him to do. Mr. Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what we testified is the truth. You think Mr. Armstrong was lying? I don't know. If that's one the prosecution takes, we'll be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case making evidence that we're going. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe, are you so jumpy about Detective? Your hair is standing on me. Hey, pal, the pod's calling the kettle black little. It's top. It's not a top knot. Never mind the hair, just calm down, alright? I can't stand still when I don't have a job to... I kinda get wound up. Gotta do something. You need me to do, pal? Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna take a jog back down to the police. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you got an hour. Now, the trial will be reconvened by you. But, hey, you still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? Some kind of trump card to put out the bag for... You said you could get some fingerprints analyzed down there. You bet. In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this?
Take that!
Could you find out whose prints are on? Oh, hey, that's the small bottle I gave you this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time we solve the last mystery of whose prints. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Okay, I'll get this off to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre? I haven't time for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem. Tamed him. The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on. He's pretty lively. Be careful. He still fights. Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Don't hide under the table, Maya. Unless there is room for me down there too. What'd you want? I was just saying. Nothing. I didn't say nothing honest. I guess that fear with Brooklyn accent could I got business to take up, you hear me? So who the hell called me into this hole? Was it you, Spiky? No. It was the judge. Your Honor? Dear IMC, I've dropped my pen. Where am I? Don't mind me. Carry on with the proceedings now. That's it. We're doomed. Maybe you don't hear me. I said the hell was it that called me in here? There's no need to shout. We can all hear you. What'd you say? There's no point in struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Too cruel. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I know nothing about no stinking incident, Matthew. You did it in the previous trial of Maggie Burns. Maggie who? I got more important things to do than watch courtroom drama. Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Phoenix Wright. You was the one who did this, didn't you? You was gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's throat. You hear what I'm saying? Oh, maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Get a grip, Nick. I know nothing about no murder. I was tied up in business in December last year. Spent all my time in the office. I got whales and to borrow cash from tender lenders every day. I'm gonna check my alveoli. I'll ask my consent. Very well then, Mr. Wright, you're crossing examination. What was it? Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting out like... I know you do. Gloop. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife? Me? Listen up, Smarty. Every time you ask me something that don't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000. Who's gonna borrow the cash from me? That's one more call. I'm gonna hurt when you entangle with a tiger. I love this Spectre. Just a minute. That's not this weakness is. How can I put it? A hungry tiger roping the earth and jump. Well, he's on the. You get on his backside and he'll bite everyone's head. I have no choice but to impose a penalty. Yes, Your Honor. What? About 1 month ago, you know. These teeth are sketchy. Mainly in the yeah, that's what it says. So, jeez. Mr. T, what do you want? Mind giving me
Objection! Objection!
No, it's essential that we establish the witness out. Hold on the third. What were you in the office? I've never seen it that way. There was a bunch of cats waiting to do business. Mr. Tigre, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenelg, but it appears that Mr. Glenelg knew you. What? Mr. Elk left his little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger, and the date, December 3rd. December 3rd? That's the day of the murder. Well, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know one Mr. Glenelg, because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. Not bad. He was already not dead. Sorry. Just messing with you to see how good you were. Is that Nick? He says you're not bad. That's not one compliment I could do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. That you are under oath. Lies will not be caught. You calling me a liar. So you're saying that you're claiming that you've never seen the kid before, is that? I said I'm dead serious. You better believe that's the truth. That gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is while you're testifying. Well, court again, Mr. Tigre. Oh yes, would you mind indulging the court's witness? Never actually met the victim. That's gotta be a lie, right? This guy. No, I never met Glenelg. There was some lame guy that wanted to borrow some cash. Been meeting with that guy at my office, 10 to 11. I waited around for him to show up, but he never showed. He never been to that Tribulation joint, is he? Seemed pretty logical. You have arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well, you may begin with your cross-examination. Big deal. I'm gonna have to take right to you. Right. Yeah.
Objection!
Mr. Tigre, this here is something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What are you talking about? We found them in your office at Tender Lender. They're from that restaurant. Have you really never been to Tribulation before? What was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? Who's you been snooping around my stuff now, too, wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no board controlling me. Order, order. Well, witness, I think it's time you started telling us the truth. Sorry, I'm terribly sorry, forgive me. I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back to what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. What? But listen good, alright. I might have been there, but I never met that kid. Well. Looks like an order just came for another testimony. This close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenelg that day. He did put poison. Must have. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. I was laid over the table, stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't, it was gonna be, so I split. I heard the cop siren on my way, and I went straight back to my office. You didn't actually meet with him. Your cross-examination. If I wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal expression. No more stupid questions. No problem. Anytime Tribe presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a bill. Go down, that's my job. Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it. Yes, sir. Special Express ain't cheap, right? So you should know he's paying. Oh man, Doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here?
Objection!
You're something of a lone collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. No one escaped the tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detector pro. And no one escapes the phoenix clutches. I think it's time we got something straight. What's this, Trite? A new line of irrelevant questions? These are the floor plans of the crime scene. We were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre. From here, your field of vision would have covered Indeed, that witness would have a clear view. That our wife just said. I saw the back of the kid's head. Unfortunately for you, that's not possible. The court would think back to you to remember that between each of the tables. It's a tall... Now look at the plans again. It's painful, entrance, the field of vision of any walking in, ends here. So from the entrance of Tribulation, you couldn't have seen the victims, but you did see the victim that day because you met.
Objection!
Wrong. Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table. Yeah, but the defense just proves that point. Witness by Mr. Kudo was not Glenn L, but fake. What? In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posted the video. He just killed an actor on a charade. This trial's gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was the real killer impersonated? Obviously, the killer is Bureau Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Witness? Now that's cute. Who you think you could pin this on the tiger? Maybe you don't understand. The tiger is king of the jungle. So I dare you say it again. Come on, you can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. The defense, go ahead and tell Mr. Wright. Sounds like it must be you, man. Who's got guts? I'll give you. Mr. Wright, do not leave me to Perhaps I can. Let's go. Just go over Mr. Kudo's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see just the victim. Oh no. The girl brought me a Javachino, but she put in some white powder. Was the victim you saw the real victim? We saw the accused put poison in the
Objection!
Very impressive, Mr. Good. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Found your pen at last, Trite. It was in my pocket. But anyway, Mr. Kudo's witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenn Elk, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright? I think the conclusion is obvious. The Glenn Elk was really the killer in disguise. Then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of it. What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well? Fell unconsciously immediately after the incident. And someone used her feigning to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murderer. Who on earth was it?
Take that!
Who is this woman? Her name is Viola Cabineri. She's the she's an employee at Tender Lender. He was making a big mistake. Do you know who Viola's grandfather is? You'd be going home in an armored truck tonight if you know what that means. Stop shaking, Nick. Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Burge, has stayed at the falls. Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy. She also kind of had a Capcom laugh. There's just too many contradictions in this case. The second man and the victim who nobody but the Miss Bird seemed to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There is only one logical explanation that clears up all these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice. Once for real and once for show. And Mr. Theo Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you. Witness, what do you have to say? That's cute. Sorry? You's all right. I could do a guy like you around. What do you mean? Okay, I'm in this. I'm gonna have a charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give you one more thing to think about before I go. Something to think about. You's got it all wrapped up nice, ain't it, right? But you's missing one important thing. I was in the joint that day, and I met the kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned him, Zeus. Do they expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre? What a troublemaker. Troublemaker? It's like we're going to need another one for the road. One more steaming cup of hot testimony. Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened the day that trade began between yourself and the victim? Yeah, I loaned in cash about $100,000. That day, he was due to have a little check. The kid had hit his pay that day, see? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming, yes, I won $500,000. You got lucky, you know, real lucky. That waitress hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over. Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned Mr. Elder was $50,000. Yeah, well, you've got the victim to take into account. Interesting building up fast, you know. That's faster than fast. 100 is twice as principal. Repay deadline is December 3rd, the day. Yeah, he was one lucky kid. Got $500,000 just in time. And no reason you killed the kid. No motive, you ain't got no cash. Motive, Well, that's it for this video. Hope you like it and stay tuned.